Listen, I don't know if y'all know what y'all about to witness right now. You're going to see some of the dopest, most exciting, most talented poets you've ever seen in the country. Some of them have actually battled in slams, you know, nationwide. A lot of them have performed in so many different venues. And it's going to have a combination of some of the best music put together that you could ever hear. Because I'm supplying the soundtrack, man. You know, I'm the best DJ in the business. And the person that's hosting and maybe narrating and put all this together is the best poet in the business. I gave her that title, so she doesn't call herself the best poet in the business because she feel like she's the best poet in the business, but she got to bust her ass every day when she get up to make sure that I am not a liar, because I said she the best poet in the business. Watch this documentary, share it with your friends, have a great time.
You know, to experience poetry. And I just think when she called with that, it was just like, man, yeah, this is definitely something, you know, worth doing. I mean, why not?
How many people get an opportunity to say, I perform in Arcadia, I perform in Sebring, I perform in Belgrade? You know, you don't get those type of opportunities, man. This can't be real. Can somebody, anybody, please tell me that I'm dreaming like Martin Luther King did? Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere is what Martin Luther King said.
I love what we're doing. I love what we got taking place here, man. Listen, if you don't know about it, do whatever you can do to find out about it. The Roundtable Project, Serica Peterson, Pressure Gang, Shutting Down Entertainment, Court Street Boys. I mean, it's a team of people that's doing what they're supposed to be doing, man. Small towns need poetry too, man. Y'all lock in.
And then to get there the first night in Arcadia, oh man, they show so much love, man.
I'm so glad to be back, y'all. Give it up for Serica, y'all. Small towns need poetry too.
Small town got a country vibe to it. And that country vibe pours over into you, and it just feels like you know these people for a long time. You be like, damn, these my cousins, man. The fuck, you understand? So it's just an honor, you know, to know that we are received as well as we are, you know, in these small towns, because they really enjoy the show, you know what I'm saying, and they don't have that there.
Our goal is to reach out to every small town in the state of Florida, outside of Florida, to where we can actually reach out and make it to where everybody understands the value of poetry.
I want to take a moment for a man by the name of Charlie Burroughs. Passed away 3 weeks ago. And the reason I'm standing here, the reason you guys are here, the reason why small towns get to go to different towns is because this one man said yes to me when I asked him. I've heard no a lot, but I got one yes from him. And it's the reason why I'm able to do this. It's the reason why I have nationally ranked poets coming to Arcadia.
A dude that's built for juicy, explosive, orgasmic marathon shit. Hang me by my ankles to the ceiling and let me suck your dick like a bat.
And down here in South Florida, we do this whole rewind thing. So they'll rewind stuff like every line you say, they will rewind it because it's something that they've experienced or want to experience, or it sounds good to them. And the rewinds are like amens to the church folks, okay? So the rewinds come quite often during the erotic shows.
I said, hang me to the ankles. Hang me to the, by my ankles. I'm sorry, I got the dick just memories, fuck. Hang me by my ankles to the ceiling.
Give you all this, that, Take that. Go ahead and finance with your finance. I mean, I'm a whore. I touched the sweet spot in your ozone till your blue sky is 50 shades of gray. Oh no.
I got all your best friends saying you shouldn't take such abuse. The whole while they trying to stick their feet inside your shoes, and to figure out what it is I've done to you, I sent your gynecologist back to school. Listen, ladies.
Which caused my fears to elope with someone else's perception. And we saw conception, conceived the child, gave birth to insecurities, and nicknamed him Comparison. I became a teenage father of lies, comparing myself to the next guy, and the next guy, and the next guy. Why don't I have this? If only I was born with that, then maybe I can be accepted by her, because she probably only like these. There's no way she can fall for this. She said I wasn't good enough because I didn't look enough like them. And for years, images of them were on a never-ending ride through every tunnel of my mind. I am praying for insomnia, terrified to close my eyes of the Universal Horror Night theme parked in the parking lot of my thoughts, amusing me with the parked amusement of how to be content. I needed more than what I was. I needed what he is. Could it be that I'm not good enough because I don't look enough like him? Well, I could use more intellectual ways to agonize the situation or express my dispensation on a more subtle manner, but I think I need to be quite frank and blunt and simplify to the lowest terms that the least common denominator in this equation is clearly the fact that he ain't not never.
It's being the very fabric of your family, the very logic in its insanity. It's holding it together when the world is constantly scrutinizing your brokenness, ostracizing your hopelessness. Call a black girl angry when she forget to smile, but forget to call me genius when every culture mimics my style. You gonna get this black girl magic. You gonna get these acrobatics, universe in my womb, weight of the black man on my shoulder, baby bouncing on my hip, freedom in my kiss, bondsman in my call list, bail money in my bosom. This is turning lemons into hand grenades, razor blade under my tongue for massa, abracadabra, African diaspora, escape route hidden in my dialect. You gonna get this Harriet, or you gonna get this black girl magic, whether you want it or not.
My business is the Round Table Project, and one of the things, the reasoning behind naming it the Round Table Project is I was a big King Arthur fan, and like I love the idea of King Arthur, even though he was the king. When they went to the Round Table, everybody was equal. Like the king didn't have more say-so than his generals and everybody that came to the table. Like everybody was equal.
That was homie.
Not easy. You know, I've funded this for a very long time now. You know, out of pocket as a single mother. You know, the first $1,000 I got to start it was from my uncle who passed away, and ever since then it's been going. And I sometimes I don't even know how these things happen because I definitely don't have it, but you know, I got a team that we all push through, we all work, we all got families, we all, you know, trying to figure out how to do better than our current situations, our current circumstances. And you know, but this is something that I think when we all get together, it's one of those things like we enjoy it, we have a good time. So even though, you know, something not adding up, the money not adding up, we don't know how this is gonna happen, we struggling with this, it's like when we get to that night, we enjoy ourselves, even though we be working, you know.
Tonight wasn't the best night, you know what I mean? But you know, normally it's people in here, you know what I mean? But it didn't work out that way tonight. But we gonna get it back right. You know what I'm saying? It's a mean team that we have here, you know what I mean?
And I play my role, you know. I can't be Suge. I can't do what Suge do. Suge does his thing. I can't be Tammy. Tammy is Tammy. Tammy has a way that she does things, and that's Tammy and June and Mona and LaQuanda and, you know, anybody that has worked with me on making these things happen. I cannot do what they do. I know if we don't do this, we're gonna regret it.
it's one of those things like we too far in right now. We don't continue to and push the limit to see where we can go. Keep pushing it. Keep pushing the boundaries. That photo shoot we did today, that's pushing the boundaries. Doing something that hasn't been done. You know, doing these things and pushing the boundaries is to show what Arcadia has to offer, the beauty of just even it being a small country town. I'm a country girl.
Personally, I'm a city guy. I'm a city boy. I don't live in the country. I've never been around cows. I had a tough time. So it was a culture shock for me. But you know what? I embraced it because how many people get an opportunity to say, I perform in Arcadia, I perform in Sebring, I perform in Belgrade. You know, you don't get those type of opportunities, man.
So when you experience this poetry set, but you're looking at people that look just like you and talking on real shit just like you go through, you like, yo, this is what I needed. I needed to hear this. I had a young lady at Small Town come up to me off a poem I did, and she said, thank you. I would no longer be a side chick because I have daughters. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't even know how to accept that. I was like, oh okay. Shout out to you. I mean, I didn't know how to accept that, but it was real life thing because she knew her place in that relationship, and to hear another king talk about it and say, hey man, I don't want my daughter to follow in these footsteps, and she knows she has a daughter. She was like, thank you, you know, I'm glad that I came because I wasn't gonna come and all that. And she stayed and vibed out the whole night, and every time we did Small Town Need Poetry, she was there. So shout out to that queen, man.
You try to sip a glass of wine to try to separate your heart from your mind, but back at home, thoughts of you are long gone. Even if it was just 2 minutes and 35 seconds ago, see, that's how quick a temporary hole can be forgotten. While wifey at home was spoiling and rotten, see, he's loving his life, because he got the best hoe and the best wife. Now that's the life. But see, now your emotions are setting in. Now your mind wants to be your friend. And now your attitude is wanting to protrude a little swag, but 6 months of this bullshit and you're tired of being this grab bag. Tired of being this movie night because he can't move at night with you on his own. He explains to you, look, shit, that should have caused more hurt than harm. So ding, 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 the bell sound, because you done got in the ring of courage, because you done built up the nerve to finally call this herb and ask him what it's going to be. It's either her or me. Well, the nigga laughed because in his eyes, you were a clown getting a bracelet telling you, you better sit your ass down. Don't act like you didn't know the situation beforehand. Just because my ring wasn't shining didn't mean I wasn't a married man. It was just your vision was dull. But now you want him.
My influence in poetry, or style, should I say, you gotta kind of write from what you know and not what you don't know. You know, everybody can get up and they can write roses are red, violets are blue type poetry. You can go to college and you can study every word in the dictionary. But for me, it was like, if I see it, that's what I know. So if I went through troubling times, I'm gonna speak about troubling times. I'm gonna write my poetry around troubling times because I have went through troubling times. I have seen troubling times. Everything that you write from comes from an experience of some nature, whether it's yours, whether it's somebody close to you, whether it's somebody you see. It's an experience, it's something. So writing for me always been about the product of the environment, not, you know, what I don't know. I can't talk about how, you know, the sunrise and laying on the beach, because we weren't laying on the beach in sunrise. When you growing up in the projects, you don't see that. You don't hear roosters and all that stuff squawking in the morning and all that. You hear at night gunfire, and in the morning time you still hear the police from the last night, other gunfire, cleaning up the crime scene. So I wrote from that experience. And I'm not saying it's all bad, but you write what you feel.
The same projects that's over in the hood, they actually knocked them down and built some new ones. But they was identical to these. And you got upstairs, downstairs, so forth and so on, you know what I mean? Strange that these are right across the street from the sewage, you know what I mean? So every now and then you're gonna smell that loud smell once they start cycling through all the nonsense. We used to throw rocks over into the pool of shit. That's the candy lady right there, man. She kept this whole area alive with her freezers and pickle eggs and the hood store, all the good stuff. And right across the street from that is the health department. Now tell me how this set up. Tell me how this set up like this. You know what I mean? The projects, the sewage, and then the health department. All in the same area.
That shit is that's disgusting. That's like, but that's what they do in our communities. That's exactly how things are set up to be behind the 8 ball. Like you not even on the table at this point.
You know, as serious as I want to be most of the time, I gotta admit that I do enjoy the erotic poetry shows. I enjoy them for different reasons than most people though, because I enjoy seeing people who have never been to a poetry show come to this show and they're blown away. Because for one, if they got invited by somebody who's performing, they probably didn't expect that person to say some of the things that they say. I get that all the time. Like I get people's like, did you just say what you just said?
It's similar to the hydro bed at Planet Fitness. You're gonna need a few minutes to recover. He's like no other. We taste good together. Our flavor, be that a warm caramel drizzled across homemade bluebell ice cream, we cream together. We dream together. Over nights of passionate loving, the way he's fucking me, I lose the body fat with him. He's my muscle, my waist trainer. The way he controls and guides my waist when I'm doing the 30-minute squat challenge on his dick. He's a king. He's a God. I believe in him. And I just want you to know that if I should ever meet you in a time and a place that we are both willing to go the distance, understand that I have already loved you and fucked you before I had you. I've been getting my mind right to fuck with you, trusting and loving myself so I can teach you how to treat me. So trust me when I tell you, I'll do anything for you, including swallowing your babies. If y'all ready to get this show started, let me hear you make some noise.
Oh my God. Too Nasty is just that. Too Nasty. When I invite him for the ladies because the ladies like to see him. But I literally have to kind of walk away because I know him. He's a good friend of mine. And I'd have to walk away because it'd be like, did you? Okay. Never mind. he comes through and he actually puts on the show for the ladies. I consider him a dancer slash stripper slash performer slash comedian. Like he just whatever moves you. Get him at an erotic show, he gonna put it on.
It's top 10 ranking. I wanna fuck you like my legs are broken.
It's your boy Black Spain, aka Too Nash. You feel me? We taking this poetry thing to every small town that haven't seen it, that need to see it, that got to have this experience. You feel me?
You know, I tend to go out for my erotic poetry shows because I want to set the scene. I want to set the environment. I want people to know what you're getting when you're coming, and no pun intended right there.
Check this out. Chef FP. Check this out. As long as I got this face with lips, you always have a place to sit. I
definitely got a a real good smile and good feeling when I talk about Field Mob, because I actually was put on to Field Mob in Arcadia by my cousin, my late cousin Zizi. And I never forget listening to their music, and I said, like, who is this? Like Field Mob. And over in Arcadia, they listen to their music slowed down and chopped and screwed.
We on the grind in Georgia all the time. It ain't none of my mind, but Georgia. We ain't playing with you.
So I'm like, okay, well, play it the way it's supposed to go. And when they play it, I'm like, oh my God! Wow! Okay. And I loved it. They're lyrical, their characters, the flow, everything about them, the southernness to them. I loved it. So they are one of my favorite groups of all time. And when I got the opportunity from having the relationship with DJ Sko to have them come through for Small Towns, it was like, it was a dream come true for me. And I honestly think I dreamed big, and I didn't think it was gonna happen, but it did. They enjoyed themselves, and I enjoyed myself too. They kind of took over the show a little bit too, though, but I ain't mad at them because the people enjoyed them. I enjoyed them, and you know, I definitely would love to have more artists come through and experience what it's like to be at a Small Towns Needs Poetry 2 event, because even they was blown away by the talent and the crowd reception and everything. So it's an open invitation, you know, any artists out there, y'all want to come through Small Towns Needs Poetry 2.
I want to put your lips below your navel, up against the lips, above my chin, to kiss you low as if your genitals below a mistletoe.
Know each other. It doesn't have to happen to somebody my age or my generation to move. The police comes when they want to. They will shut down and stop what they want to.
They're going to continue what they're doing. We don't have enough police officers on the street. One reason why, because Broward County don't have crime.
They got us believe that we're not related. If you're Jamaican, you're Haitian, you're Black American, you're not related. That's monotonous.
So we just finished the Love and Sex Erotic Poetry Night with Tip Drill here in Pompano Beach. It was the first show I've done here in Pompano in about 6 years. The turnout was great. You know, the city showed love. Pompano, shout out to Pompano for coming out and showing love. And this is what we do. Small Towns Needs Poetry 2, brought to you by the Round Table Project. In any way possible that we can get the poetry to the people, that's what we do. So shout out to Tip Drill, you know, coming through and making sure the people knew she was gonna be in here. We had a good time. It was featuring Nubian, Devery Brooks, Too Nasty. You know, I even did a little erotic poetry, so I enjoyed myself. And you know, never know what's next, what town is next, and you know, spread the poetry. That's what it's about. Small Towns Needs Poetry 2, the Round Table Project.
He makes it ripple from the back, takes his 2 hands, smacks it like this. Lady, you ever had a man massage your shoulders while fucking you from the back? It's similar to the, damn. You been fucking the same people, see you out here.
They get fucked over here. Because tonight, let's get serious. You see, it's all about you, so fuck pleasing me. My sole purpose is to serve you. See, I don't know about you, but I'm so ready for round 2. Now, I'm far from a minute man. I'm more like a forward man, built tough and runs well in slippery and rainy conditions. So go ahead and get on top. Excuse me while I check your suspension. See, tonight? Yeah, tonight we fucking.
Yeah, about a small country town about Arcadia, but my little city be jumping. My little country city be jumping.
We thank y'all for coming out, enjoying the show, doing more to grow. Anything to help the city, Arcadia, small town, not too many people, but we make it happen.
Serica has been bringing her crew to our bar, Rattlers, a West Saloon in Arcadia, Florida, for some time now, and she's been doing a great job. It's a very professional show, has a good message, and everybody seems to enjoy themselves. Great crowds, great fun. You need to come see one of her shows.
Monumental moment for me during this Small Towns Need Poetry tour has been eating at Darby's.
Yes, God.
The hot spot. The hot spot is literally the hot spot. Shout out to Island Choice in Seabrings, Florida. Yes. The food has been remarkable. The hospitality has been A+ service.
Shout out to Shut 'em Down Entertainment.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to LaQuanda for introducing us to our first seafood broil with the Jesus sauce. As you can see, we're excited about this whole tour.
I'm gonna ask Serica if she can push the baby.
But I'm thoroughly excited that Serica gave us an opportunity to present poetry to those who've never been a part of it, but also opening the doors for allowing us to experience something new as well. So yeah, man, such a dope tour.
Yeah.